Happy New Update, not Happy New Year. We've already had Happy New Year. We're over a month into the new year, but we do have a new skin for Gwen now here, the Firecracker one. And it has the original VA of the default Gwen voicing over, but just some new lines. Anyways, 2TC with Blooncineration and Gwen. We have done a video on this combination before the Mortar's price was changed to 650 in a game of Chimps. So let's now revisit it as now a normal two-tower Chimps, not a two-tower co-op Chimps-esque scenario. Obviously the first thing I want to get after placing down the Mortar is to be able to purchase Gwen so that we can get her levels up as soon as possible. I will change you to the last crater. Just get them down to green balloons. Thank you! New update, same me. We will still die to yellow balloons regardless. Okay, here is a Gwendolyn. I don't know why, but oh yeah, I was about to say, like, I'm surprised she can't see through walls, but then that would be weird. Not like she's a door or anything. I just hope that at some point she will be able to fire down there. I honestly think that she's not going to do very well there. Preferably I want her flamethrower going into the crater rather than hitting the crater. She's sort of hitting inside the crater here. Yeah, she's able to hit the crater once she's able to fire off first. Fire off. Did you get it? Fire off. And now we've also got some of this stuff going on here. So damage, pops, round placed, current value, cash spent, cash earned, and lives gained. Statistics which now lay themselves out in front of us. But what about... oh right, there's a new button for where we can see her current level up and stuff. Okay. I presume this is unique to heroes. And before we do anything else, we get ourselves signal flare so that round 24 is not an issue. Also, firecrackers now present themselves some firecrackers instead of a ball of lava. That's lovely. So I wonder what hero we're going to get a fourth skin of next. Although, we're probably very likely to get a skin of Corvus in the future. I mean, Rosalia got a skin before Corvus, and Corvus has been out for longer than Rosalia has. But then again, it's not just Rosalia's skin that you change, you're also changing Corvus's entire spellbook. Sort of like Geraldo, where it's not just the tower itself that needs their visuals changing, it's also their shop, or in this case, their totem, their artifacts, etc. Yeah, firecracker in the center of a crater here as soon as there's a sign of black balloons in the center so that our mortar can keep up with them a bit better and not be throwing mortar shells out and it not do anything. Also, there's a bug that's been in the game for quite a while now, and now Ninja Kiwi's fixed it to where heavy shells with burning stuff for a long time never applies burning stuff to a balloon that began being a black balloon or a zebra balloon or a DDT. But now the bug has been fixed so that if you do shell a black balloon with heavy shells and further going onwards, I hope, with burning stuff, the burning stuff can be applied. Thank you for fixing that bug. It's been there for far too long. I would like shattering shells as fast as possible, just so that we can hopefully get a bit more power out. And obviously that was a bit useless throwing that ability. At least we're not ability reliant. Wretched zebra balloons evading my shells. Yeah, the rule of burning stuff is if your shells can damage the balloon, then the burning stuff makes contact. But if you're unable to damage the balloon because it has an immunity, please be burnt, pink balloons, then the burning stuff cannot be applied, which is quite irritating, but understandable. Yeah, burning stuff, so shattering stuff, shattering shells. Where's my head at today, for goodness sakes? Sometimes I just do not get me. Need to have that over there because of all of what's going on here. Kind of would like to have control. Hey, guess what? Our first death of the new update. some things do not change. Go down, please. Go down, please. Thank you. All that was required is for you to just behave. Behave! Please do not get through there, dear red balloon. I would not like for that to happen. Please. Please. Pretty please. Oh, for goodness sakes. Of course it has to be fast pink balloons. Why wouldn't it be? Stupid game. You know what? I'm just going to cocktail these zebras, and I hope, for goodness sakes, that we can do work on the rest of them without requiring anything else for that round. That's good. So now we can actually do something against this Moab now that we've got shattering smells. And that does it. Lovely. I'm just hoping to reserve this until we really need to use the cocktail of fire or the firecrackers to help us out against the explosive immunity threats, which I do not like. Do not like one bit, but luckily we have Gwen with us. Now really, once we get Blooncineration, then things should be much better, and also by the time we do get Blooncineration, I think Gwen will be at the stage where she will be able to pop purple balloons anyway, so don't have to worry about those pesky threats. Light them all up, please. As long as none of them are black balloons by the time they get to that point, it's okay. But you got to get to that point in the first place. Round 62 would also normally be a very annoying round because you rely on shattering smells in order to actually get through the purple layer. But thanks to the fact that we have this circle here to take care of them, then that won't be a worry whatsoever. Yeah, you definitely won't see me in the foreseeable future, if not at all, when it comes to covering new maps in the game, especially when they're very hard maps. It's an advanced map, and it damn right worldly truly is an advanced map, Party Parade. The map is divided up into two sections, like if you're playing Battles 2 or something. And yeah, you gotta find a way to be able to get through all of those shenanigans. So that's great. Can I light those up? Have to ignore those red balloons for now. Ignite the rainbows, and that's good. We're about halfway there now in order to get Blooncineration. Oh crap. Really? We did enough damage? Or is it the same VA as the original one? I don't know now. But what I do know is for you to not create black balloons, please, Gwen. Okay? You're supposed to pop them, not make them. You are the chosen one. And please do that. Lovely. When you were meant to bring balance to the force, but yet you chose the dark side by enabling black balloons to remain so that our mortar cannot pop them. But at some point, we will be able to pop them. With Blooncineration. Like in update 53, so many towers have received nothing but nerfs. Balance changes sometimes are just a way to nerf your performance throughout the game. Like the Mer Monkey nerfs, I understand that because they were well overtuned. And the Avenger price going up? I thought those zebra balloons were ignited. Perhaps I should use the Firestorm ability. But looking through the patch notes, there's barely any buffs applied, but yeah, there's so many nerfs applied to towers. It's like, it's just an update of nerfs. Like the Tower Paragon received some buffs. The Engineer obviously has had a rework and now a new ability, at the cost of it being 50% more expensive than normal. Sometimes I feel like there needs to be changes, just to be changes, not because there's any big thought going into them. I know it sounds silly, but sometimes I think they need to make a minimal quota as to like the amount of changes that they can do before we can actually put down an update in the game. So it's like, oh, here's this one tower which we're going to nerf into the ground. Not because it needs nerfing, but because it's the last thing in which we have actually nerfed since before the Land of Time ever truly began. I really wish these two would stop leaving red balloons, but at least it's not leaving zebra balloons, for which we cannot pop at all. Come on, ignite them please. Hammer leads. No problem, we can take care of them. So round 61, I'm not concerned about this round, but the next round we can solve with a combination of our firecrackers and our Firestorm, which looks really different in comparison, just like adding another skin, so it's got different colors, etc. It actually does look pretty cool. So Firecracker first, and then we're going to ignite the rest. Look how cool that sounds. How it looks. One moment when my cursor was not over the crater, and I just have to fumble both my words and my performance. I just need these balloons to go down. Please have enough power inside you, Gwen, to take care of the rest of the layer and not leave anything lingering around like you did earlier. Shattering Smells is now Blooncineration. It is now a good tower rather than just a mediocre one. At least today we're not dealing with Sky Shredder. Actually, the spy plane upgrade, weirdly, has had a recent buff in this update where if you have a fighter plane and you have anti-Moab missiles, after the missiles have hit, they drop pineapples. So you have two different sources of laying down explosive fruit. Wonderful. Yeah, the rest of this game should be fairly simple now. Let's just go through the balance changes. So, Dart Monkey. Juggernaut has been nerfed. Knockback reduced. Boomerang bonus damage from Bionic Boomerang nerfed when it comes to its bonus Moab damage, sorry. And the turbocharge ability rate boost has been reduced from ×7 to ×5. But then again, the default Bionic Boomerang's attack rate has been buffed. Rather than being 0.238 seconds, it's now 0.15 seconds. And the Permacharge has received a slight buff when it comes to its attack cooldown, going from 0.034 to 0.03, which means it fires more often. Merp Press, price nerf. Paragon, price nerf. Paragon attack damage, buffed actually from 20 to 25. And it's been given some overcharge statistics. I won't go into those because this is the first time which we've received the stats of the sort of thing, since this is the update in which the overcharge came out for the Boomerang Paragon. Okay, so Bomb Blitz's price being nerfed from 23,000 to 30,000, but its Bomb Blitz Bomb Storm cooldown has been reduced from 75 seconds to 60 seconds, and the Bomb Paragon has received a fair few buffs. Paragon main explosion damage increased from 210 to 250, nice. Paragon main explosion bonus Merb damage increased from 2100 to 2500, nice. Paragon main explosion bonus boss damage increased from 0 to 2500, nice. Paragon cluster explosion bonus damage increased from... I was not on the page at the time and I suddenly somehow skipped a few tabs. Click on this screen, just scroll on the other screen. That's better. Paragon cluster explosion bonus damage to Mars increased from 300 to 1000, nice. Paragon cluster explosion bonus boss damage increased from 900 to 1000, nice. Paragon secondary cluster explosion bonus damage on Moabs increased from 150 to 500, nice. Okay, we just need to concentrate a little bit on this round because of purple balloons. I do not like purple balloons. Okay, next one after that. Paragon secondary cluster explosion bonus boss damage increased from 450 to 500, and the Paragon ability cooldown reduction per leak increased from 5 seconds to 10 seconds. That's a nerf if I'm reading that correctly. Attack shooter Paragon ability meteor damage increased from 50,000 to 60,000, nice. Paragon ability fireball. Wait a minute, it had fireballs during its ability? I thought it was just like one thing that... Oh, it's the fireballs that happen after the meteor hits. That's what it's referring to. Increase from 700 to 900. The Super Britta was received a nerf and a buff. So its embrittlement damage from its shards have been reduced from 10 to 5, but the projectile range of the embrittlement shards have been increased from 20 to 40, okay. So the shard damage has been halved, but the shard range has been doubled. Absolute Zero has its price nerfed by 2k. It costs 2k more. Written in the description, Snowy Storm ability heat reduction. Is that related to Blastopopulus? And then we also have Icicle Impale Icicle Heat Reduction. Again, is that relating to Blastopopulus? And then we got some nerfs to the Ice Paragon itself. But at least its ability now has its means of being able to affect a skull of a boss, rather than being like a very, very precise time. It is now just while the ability is active, which is nice. Desperado, its Deadeye 4 to 5 bonus damage reduced from 12 to 10. Okay, another nerf for Deadeye. Wanderers actually no longer take away Wanderer stacks with each other. So if you have a Wanderer next to another Wanderer, they don't nerf each other. Okay, that's quite good. Avenger Moab knockback has been reduced. Yeah, that was a long time coming, because Avenger was actually one of the most powerful towers you can get in update 52. But the Desert Phantom's buckshot Moab bonus damage has increased from 20 to 40. Or is it just the buckshot knockback? Sometimes they're just not that clear in their description. But the Enforcer's shotgun range has increased from 28 to 36. I'm not too sure if that is a buff or a nerf, because it means that you get less time to use the pistol for single target damage when you go up to Avenger and the Desert Phantom. I'm thinking of stuff like where you're relying on the pistol for a lot of single target damage. Come on, Firestorm, there we go, you did the rest, thank you very much. But the top half Sniper Monkey, Deadly Precision, can now one-shot Super Ceramics. Pretty cool, that is. Deadly Precision price reduced from 2,500 to 2,200, though main Moab price has been increased from 6,000 to 6,300. So no difference overall, but it just means getting their tier 3 is a bit sooner. Plutonium Reactor price has been increased from 2,300 to 2,400. The Decamo Pulse cooldown on Submergent Support has been reduced from 1.5 seconds to 1.35 seconds. That's nice. Let's see. Monkey Buccaneer. Destroyer's price has gone up from 3,050 to 3,350. Okay. Aircraft Carrier base projectile lifespan has increased from 0.6 seconds to 0.7 seconds. So that's how long the projectile can stay on the screen before it disappears. Aircraft Carrier plane missile lifespan has been reduced from 24 to 16.8. I read that as 168 for some odd reason. Aircraft Carrier plane projectiles scale with long range upgrade, so that's pretty nice. Monkey Ace we covered earlier, but the fighter jet's missiles distance have been reduced from 600 to 420, so that's how far they can travel before they disappear or just automatically explode. Touched on this one. 320 fighter jet missile explosion now drops an exploding pineapple. And also Ground Zero's price has been reduced. Okay, so there's not as many nerfs as I thought there was going to be in this update. I was just skimmed through it thinking nerf after nerf after nerf. The biggest one's been nerfed. Why is it going? Not my beloved biggest one. When it comes to its stun duration on certain class of balloons. That's really bad. Like, why did you nerf my boy, the biggest one? I know you've given it nothing but buffs throughout the past several updates, but don't nerf it. Basically, the stun duration now on certain Merle class balloons has been reduced. So, ZMG surprisingly have been unaffected, but Moab duration reduced from 0.5 seconds to 0.4 seconds, and both the DT and the BFB has been reduced from 0.3 seconds to 0.2 seconds. Which means that they stun those balloons for less time. Fantastic, just what I always wanted. Just like what any player suggested, saying that, nah, the biggest one, that stuns balloons for too long. We would rather have it so that they don't stun any sort of low class balloons for a good length of time. Super Monkey has been given some more changes when it comes towards the sacrifices given and their statistics. Militaries have been given buff, primary's been given nerf, magic's been given nerfs, and when it comes to support, there are some bonuses which have been swapped around. So not nerfs, or they are nerfs because of their accessibility at the time. I do not know, I haven't read about like the different stages, but I know it's like you do get quite a fair few buffs when you go from let's say 0 support to, what's the minimum amount now, 10k or something? I managed it. Okay, 98. Just defortify the regular ones and then go from there. You are now at level 20, and it looks like you have some kind of Roman outfit on, which is pretty insane if you ask me. Looks like a Roman helmet plastered onto Gwendolyn. I love that. And also the firecrackers are going hellfire at the moment. I love that. I love that animation. That's so cool. It's so hot. It's super blazingly hot, and we died to, well, we almost died to some yellows actually. For 2TC since, the Druid has been given nothing but buffs because of the fact that, well, the ability on the Druid, sorry, the Jungle's Bounty was useless in CHIMPS since it provided more money, and you can't gain cash in CHIMPS. You can only get cash from pops in CHIMPS. Come on, we can do it. That's honestly really good. I wish I did that last time around. Just one Blooncineration there and then go from there. So hopefully we can do this now. Lovely. Ignite the DDTs. Now it's just round 100 to give us some issues. So just going to Firestorm right off the bat. And Firecracker there as well. This should be a fairly simple round 100. We shouldn't have any sort of problems. I would say probably aside from like getting the DTs to behave. Okay, another Firecracker, lovely. I think the only other time which we can use Firecracker will be up here, thank you very much. And then you will be out of our range. Now, I don't know whether to use the Firestorm or the Cracker Storm when the DTs approach. I did that too late. I pressed fast forward when the bad went down there. That's not great. There we go. Okay, Firestorm needs to be used when the ceramics appear. That is how you do round 100. So for first use of Firestorm, you can use it at the beginning of a round. But when it comes to the second use of it, you have to wait until the bad has been broken down into ceramics. Therefore, you can combine the Fiery Wrath of Blooncineration with Gwendolyn. I love this new hero skin. I think it's fantastic. It's not just the fact that it's like a color change or anything, but it's like a really big redesign on the original Gwen skin. So that's really good. I enjoy this scenario aside from a few quirks here and there with the run, but that's almost always entirely upon me as the player, not the game. But I do feel like at times there are some underhanded quirks with the game that has gone under the radar. Other changes, I've talked about the Druid changes, although I was just going to go through them according to the patch notes. Jungle's Bounty ability is now being replaced with Vine Crush, and Vine Crush upon activation grabs under 10 balloons anywhere on the map, and I think it's also targeting priority sensitive, so if you go on strong, then it will target the 10 strongest balloons on the screen, which are not Moabs. 10 balloons anywhere on the map and crushes them into a rubbery paste that is not for consumption. Mer Monkeys and this, all the nerfs into the Mer Monkey I understand, because the Mer Monkey was a really overtuned tower in update 52. So Abyssal Warrior Tentacle Pierce has been reduced from 30 to 25. Lord of the Abyss Tentacle Pierce has been reduced from 80 to 50. That's going to affect its means of being able to take care of lots of ceramics in the late game. Lord of the Abyss range has been increased from 28 to 32. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Riptide Champion price has been increased from 1100 to 1400. I feel like it could be bumped up a bit more since it's a gateway of popping lead balloons. And the Riptide Champion range has been reduced from 35 to 32. And the Pop Siren range has been reduced from 50 to 40. Okay. And the Pop Siren price has gone up from 48,000 to 52,000. Well, isn't that just wonderful? But the change in which I expect the most is the buffs in which the EchoSense network range bonus provides. It goes from a increase from 10 to now 7.5. Although the other upgrades aside, Final Harmonic has been given some pierce buffs. So Illuminati has gone up from 5 to 6. And Symphonic Resonance has gone up from 10 to 12. That's not considering the middle path upgrades, which increases the pierce of the Mer Monkey from there. Okay, Spike Factory changes. Carpet Spike's attack rate slightly faster than intended. I don't think it's fast enough, to be honest. And now they nerfed middle path Spike Factory again. Would you stop nerfing the middle path Spike Factory, Ninja Kiwi? For goodness sake, you keep nerfing it and nerfing it and nerfing it, and a lot of updates. Oh, and also, Permaspike could not be reached for comment about their buffs from nerfs. So, it's the same again. Engineer Paragon, the cooldown for the ability, was it ability or is it just durate? I don't get it now. Cooldown on the glove from 90 seconds to 60 seconds, but the duration on Paragons has been reduced from 25% to 15%. Power Glove area effect duration reduced from 60 seconds to 30 seconds. So if you use the Power Glove on a tower and there are other towers nearby, then it can also increase their attack speed, but the ones that you haven't directly affected have now been reduced. And the Gigantosaurus has received some pierce nerfs, but now its damage can go through layers, sort of like how the preemptive strike ability can just instantly kill a bad if its HP is low enough. Well, now the Gigantosaurus has received a similar sort of thing, so it's now got less work to do when it comes to chasing ceramics and all that, because if you manage to have enough damage, then you can just skip through the layers. That is brilliant. The big boy can now chomp through stuff and crush your insides, just like how eating something does. Silas, for goodness sakes, minimum ricochet range reduced from 10 to 1. That is so bad. Level 13 price discount for tier 5's ice monkeys has been reduced from a 25% discount to 15% discount. That's all fair. Like, ice monkeys were really overtuned in the past few updates, so therefore with a combination of ice nerfs and the tier 5 discount that you get by having a level 13 size or above, that seems kind of justified. Velocipopolis has received some nerfs to it, so now the normal rock circle radius is increased, so therefore the rocks go over a wider area. That could actually be seen either way, and the same with the elite rock circle radius. I think that could either be seen as a buff or a nerf, but the duration reduced from 24 seconds to 12 seconds is a buff for us and a nerf for it. Freeplay. Round 120 income cut increase from 5% to 8%, so therefore you earn just a little bit more money throughout rounds 120 to 140, which on the websites which actually calculate the amount of cash that you get throughout the rounds will now need to change their figures a little bit, and added around 140 income cutback down to 5%. So the longevity of the cash being depleted is just a little bit less when it comes to their nerfs being applied. And there are some frontier changes with the dynamite stick and the zigzag pistol. Also, The Druid Paragon has been announced. For goodness sakes, Druid Paragon is looking awesome for version 54. Exciting design with active ability management between Elemental and Raffle. So you are utilizing both the top path and the bottom path as active ability management. That's pretty cool. And Master of the Universe integration, He-Man hero. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody. If you're ever in the store, you'd like to purchase something, then please use my creator support code. It helps me out a ton. And there are some new stuff in the store, including where is it? A Firecracker Gwen avatar and the Cupcake Heroes avatar. They look all so cute and edible. I wouldn't eat them though. I can't eat what is data on a screen inside a game that some developers created. You can't eat data. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, everybody.